Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I need to talk about the second territory capture season. Yeah, we finally know the date. I mean, they wanted to give us the information so much in advance that all alliances can prepare. Yeah, it's a few days, but well, we should be able to prepare, but still, a little bit more pre-warning time would have been nice. But let's start with a positive information that we have a date, and that will be on Tuesday. The negative part is we will all lose our territories on Tuesday. And by the way, before I forget that later, there will be a downtime of the server on Tuesday morning from our point of view here in Europe. And they will do the changes then, so there will be maintenance where we can't play. But then we will have to fight for territories from scratch again. And they promised that they will do some changes now, and that's the reason for the maintenance. I expected them, because of what they said before the very first territory season, that they would even add a little bit more of territories. That's what they're not doing. So there's no hope for that. But they're changing around what you get with the different territories, so it will be completely different than what we have right now. The good news for many is, you know that there was one territory with Monaveen construction yard, and let's quickly go there. I think it was Makala that did that so far. And yeah, there's the Monaveen construction yard, and that means that you can get Monaveen blueprints for ISO emulsion in the territory store if you hold this territory and have activated this as well. I mean, you all have, every week after defense you have to pay for those territory boosts again. And now they want to include that in a lot of 2-star territories. And that will be, for example, one we are holding at the moment, that's Vantar. It will go to Hubishan, to Xi'an. So is Triss part of it? No, Triss is not part of it. But there will be a lot of territories that will include that. Is Ansat one of them? Nope. But it's all. I have a list here. That's why I have to look down, because there are so many changes. I can't do that from my head. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 territories will have that. So 12 2-star territories, like Brijak, for example, will have the Monaveen construction yard then, and that means that many more people will get Monaveen blueprints for free. That's a good news. Of course, you first have to get a 2-star territory at all, and it will be quite interesting on our server, because for the very first time this territory capture season will be a 1 versus 1 territory fight on our server, because we got a new rule that the Senate voted through, that only those alliances who have paid for the takeover are allowed to fight there, and will be interesting to see how that will work. But there's also a lot of changes to the tier 3 services in systems like Makala. I've shown you from the beginning. There, as I said, we have at the moment the Metron particles, the jellyfish constructor, the advanced shield enhancer, and the shield enhancer, and the Monaveen. In future, there will be a damage enhancer, an advanced damage enhancer. The jellyfish will stay, the Metron particle will stay, but there will also be a chronometric particle generator. And so this will be different. So people have to think about, again, what they really want, and if they are able to conquer that one. That is a different question. But where was that one? That's Nurheimur. That's the next one where they do changes. At the moment, we have the matron particles, we have the jellyfish, the advanced officer enhancer, and chronometric particles. And in future, there will be repair enhancer, advanced repair enhancer, jellyfish constructor, matron particle, and the monovine construction yard. So no chronometric particle generator anymore. And the next one, where was that again? That was Tholus, was here. There we at the moment have a matron particle, the jellyfish, the advanced mining enhancer, and chronometric particles. In the future there will be an officer enhancer, advanced officer enhancer, jellyfish constructor, matron particles, and a monovine construction yard as well. So no chronometric particles there anymore either. Then we have Corva. There at the moment we have the matron particles, the jellyfish, advanced hull enhancer, and monovine construction yard. And in future there will be a mining enhancer. So that's a different advanced mining enhancer, jellyfish, matron. And here will no longer be the monovine construction yard. Here will be a chronometric particle generator. Then we have no, that's the next one I want to talk about. I'm looking for another first. Yeah, that's Brelin that I wanted to talk about. And it has a matron particles, jellyfish, advanced damage enhancer, and monovine construction yard now. And it will have hull enhancer, advanced hull enhancer, jellyfish, matron particles, and chronometric particles. So the monovine will go from here as well. It's kind of that they just switched around some of those territories, and so that just people, if they stay where they are, will get just different things than they did before. So we will see if there will be a lot of movement still in the future. The last one they made changing to is Barasa. Now we have matron particles, jellyfish constructor, advanced repair enhancer, and chronometric particle generator. And in future, here will be shield enhancer, advanced shield enhancer, jellyfish, matron particles, and a monovine construction yard. So once again, if they are able to hold the territory again that they are having now, they will just have different stuff. Another change they will make is the isogen mining nodes. So you know that in a lot of systems, let's just go to one of ours, there are isogen mining nodes. And let's see if I find a full one. They are saying that all isogen mining nodes inside of territory will have their amounts increased by 2.5 times. This would mean that this 3-star raw isogen node would in future have 1 million resources available for one tour. If that is such a big help for people that want to mine, well, yes, if you have probably very, very, very big mining ships with very, very, very high protected cargo, then you will like that. But most people just are in danger of losing even more isogen when they are attacked OPC, because a lot of people did that overnight or whatever. And then, of course, there are always people too lazy to mine themselves and just hunting around for OPC. And so in this case, you will even have to watch out more closely of your miners on the lower levels, because you go a lot into OPC if you send your miners into territory in the future. So I'm not so sure what I should think about this change. I mean, it's a kind of a game of fortune. I mean, my miners, so to speak, my Meridian mines that quite fast, but it's a gamble still if I want to go for the 1 million or just call it back earlier. So it will always be a gamble. But of course, in events, if you're not attacked, then you can get a lot of isogen. Like at the moment, we have the turf wars where you have to mine isogen to complete the solo milestone and the solo leaderboard. Of course, there you can mine faster if that's the case, but without refreshing the node. But of course, as I said, there's more danger of being OPC, because in the turf wars, it's not only about mining that stuff. In this case, you don't get the points for mining. Otherwise you can go OPC, and then if you're shot down, well, you still get the points. No, in the turf wars, you have to dock the isogen, and so it doesn't help you if you just mined and get attacked. Then the other one that brings that stuff home gets the points for the stuff you have mined. So it will be very interesting, and it will also be very interesting, as I said, with the new set of rules that we have now, where no other alliance is allowed to help another. People have to pay if they want to fight in a system. That is only possible as long as you don't have a territory yet, or if it's adjacent to your territory. Otherwise, you can't even take part. And if you're taking part, well, you have to fight everyone there. So there will be some very, very interesting developments. And of course, it will be interesting to see if people abuse that new rule by still making teams, which would be, from my point of view, against this rule. But that's a discussion that we will see after the first fight started on Wednesday, and how that will develop and how long this rule will be in place and be working. Because of the first ones, I'm quite sure if the first ones try to find some loopholes there and team up, although they are supposed to fight everyone if they are going for a territory, will be an interesting thing. I'm a friend of 1 versus 1 in the meaning of everybody who pays can take part, but has to fight against everyone there. So it's the whole not teaming up stuff, because that ends up with that alliances get territories that have the strength to take them themselves. And that's the point of the whole 1 versus 1 version. And it's to stop the whole thing that we had here for a long time, that and I've seen that on other servers for a long time as well, that alliances that don't deserve a territory because of their own abilities have a territory because others help them. And so I hope that people will really go with this rule, and with the core meaning of this rule, that it's really about fighting for yourself for a territory, and no teaming up, no pacts and whatever, and otherwise this rule will be dead very soon. But if they stick to the core of this rule, that would mean that we will have, let's say, a more fair distribution of territories on our server, and it's an experiment, and might be an interesting one. I know that people from my server as well regularly are watching my videos, and so I hope you agree with me that that is the sense of the whole rule that we have now, and that we all should wish for, that people stick to this rule and to the core meaning of this rule, and try not to work their way around it or to find loopholes or whatever, because I don't think that people will be very tolerant to people trying to find loopholes here. But it's nevertheless a very interesting experiment, and starting on Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to it and looking forward to the new season, because if everybody sticks to the rule as it is meant, it will only depend on your own alliance and the discipline of your own alliance members if you will have a territory in the end, what kind of territory you will have, and that is then a very interesting thing. And if you want to comment on this, if people from my server, for example, on this rule, of course, and what they expect is going to happen on Wednesday, and everybody else, if you think if you want to add something on this, these changes they're going to make to the territories, even if there are no new territories, it's just switching around the boosters a bit, or the buffs, whatever you call them. Please write a comment under the video. You know, even if you only have questions or video requests, I'm always happy about your comments. And even if you just want to say hi and where you're from, you know how curious I am. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.